You know, I included this bit where I show off my kawaii dumpster fire nightlight, just because I thought it'd be a fun and little quirky way to start off the video. What I wasn't expecting when I recorded this was that it was actually ominous foreshadowing of what was to come. Hello everyone, my name is Rosin, and welcome back to Build and Chill. This is part 3 of my little series within a series here, where I'm building my first ever Master Grade, the RX-78 NT-1 Gundam NT-1 Alex. And yeah, I built the majority of this kit over the course of 2 live stream sessions that took place 6 months apart from one another, funny enough. It took me a little while to get back to this one, and I decided to round it out with this third part here where I cover me building the accessories and the weapons and all that. So yeah, I'll link to the live streams down below. And overall, I have to say I'm pretty happy with how the kit turned out. I did have my frustrations during the building process. And I unfortunately did need to end up doing some repairs, which I'll cover in this video. But as I was saying, during the first live stream, you may remember when I was building the right shoulder, if you watched it, it really took some time for me to really sandwich the armor plating on the shoulder together so that it would actually fit well. I had to finagle with it for quite a while there, and it was kind of frustrating. And then during the second stream, which Jake joined me for, the back of the left leg kept like popping out of place when I was bending it. Thankfully that hasn't happened again, and I've kind of played around with it more, and I think it's finally securely in there, but something about the connection was just loose or off or something. And in both cases, I don't really think I did anything wrong with like the cutting out of the parts or the fitting them together or anything. It was quite bizarre. Just some weird mishaps that I'm not quite used to from high quality Bandai plastic like this. So that was a little frustrating, but overall I was pretty happy with how the kit turned out. There I am putting on the cool ass shield decals there. And yeah, the one thing that I was super worried about going into this kit was the knowledge that the wrists are known for being way too tight. And if you try to rotate them too much, they'll just snap right off. And I was like, yes, I managed to avoid that. You know, I was so careful, haha. I just had some weird other problems that I haven't actually seen anyone else with this kit talk about. So maybe my kit was just a little weird, or maybe I don't know, maybe I did do something on. But yeah, the decals on this kit are really nice, by the way. I think they really... Just the kit's proportions really have that cool 80s OVA anime feel to them, and I think the decals really elevate that too, just with how they pop on the kit. I love it a lot. I love the UNT spacey decals and all that, even though that's kind of an outdated, like old pre-English localization terminology for the Earth Federation stuff. I'm happy that they kind of keep the retro look of this, and you know, that's something I think I learned from this kit. There I am panel lining a bit here. I didn't go too hard on the panel lining. I could have panel lined this a lot more, or really filled in some of the indents on this kit, but I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna do a little bit of you know, filling in here. But one thing I did realize building this kit is that I'd seen a lot of video reviews and just pictures of this kit. And I thought, oh man, I don't really like the proportions on this. And then once I actually saw it in person, I liked it a lot. Which was just something that I guess goes to show sometimes you can't really judge a kit until you see it built up and in front of you. Because I actually really like the look of this thing. And when I first saw it online through like other people's reviews or just pictures and stuff, I was like, oh man, this is just way too wide and looks kind of dorky. But in person, it makes a very good first impression. Here's the cool gimmick they have built into the shield, which I actually didn't really end up liking the look of. I don't know, maybe I could have played around with it more and tried to make it more cool, but eventually I realized, maybe I don't want the beam rifle in hand. Maybe I'm gonna take that off and then end up actually using the right arm for the Gatling gun pose. And while I was doing that, I broke off the wrist. I was so pissed off because I'd been so careful before that point, but when I was taking out the holding parts of the fingers for the rifle, I twisted it wrong and it snapped clean off. So luckily, recently, I purchased this Tamiya pin vise set with a couple different drill bits and stuff. So I had to do some emergency Gunpla surgery, as you can see here, and I was really proud of myself for this. Just again, I know I've covered this in other Build and Chill videos, but I worked with what I had. I came up with a solution to the problem, I really actually, just because of the knowledge I've accumulated over the years and stuff, even though I've never done this before myself, I've just kind of known from hearing other people talk about it what you're supposed to do. So what I did is I drilled in, I went to the 2 parts that had the break off or whatever. I drilled in 2 holes, and then I used a little bit of paper clip to pin them together, and I just put a little dab of super glue on one end of the paper clip before I pegged it back in, and it's good as new. It's repaired, and from the angle I have it posed at right here, you can't even tell that wrist is snapped clean off from the part. Really happy with myself for being able to do that. First time having to do this type of repair. And, you know, sometimes what I'm finding from the model kit hobby is sometimes it throws curveballs like that at you, but you can use those curveballs to be educational experiences, and overall I'm really happy this was my first master grade. Even though there's some tough times with it, I think I did a good job with the build overall, and I'm happy I was able to salvage that broken piece and make something that still looks pretty fucking cool. So yeah, see you next time. Have a good one.